Hey, it's Mike with GreenGlides and the cleaningstandard.com, and I wanted to show off my new prototype. This is not the finished version, the upholstery tool that fills a whole lot of gapping holes that the industry is not providing right now with the loss of the old ProChem cast tool. We have quite a few dry tools, the Sapphire, the Rotovac, the Hydromaster,
and Mighty Steel.
Mighties. And I asked you earlier, what percentage of the average sectional sofa or sofa, regular 6-footer, never gets touched by the human or dog body?
Well, it's like 50 to 70%,
Right.
as long as it's up against the wall, the backs, usually the sides as well. What we're cleaning primarily is the skirts, the arms, and the tops of the cushions. That's it.
That's what needs touching. The issue with those low moisture tools is you have to touch the tool to the fabric in order to rinse it, right? And that can create lines and disruption that then needs to be groomed out. That adds a lot of time to the process. The old ProChem tool and some of the external jets allowed you to back the fabric or the tool away from the fabric, mist it with your all fiber rinse or soft water, and then vacuum it off, because that's really all it needed after you dry vacuumed it. So I brought that element back with this. This is a Westpac body. Does all those same things. It'll have a removable GreenGlide on it, and the spray chamber is now encased in this area, which if you look close, you'll see 4 holes or evacuation ports. So as you're spraying, anything that can't find its way up the vacuum port, because it's now kind of locked down to the fabric, will be extracted through those holes. And we tested this thing in many iterations, all types of different glides and hand tools and angles, and we've nailed it now to where when you're running that flat, there is no overspray. There is no puddles going anywhere. It's all contained. You got the beautiful soft touch, whatever, there's 1200 PSI valve that where your knuckles aren't dragging on that Herculon, creating all those little blood spots I'm sure you're familiar with.
Yes.
The final version will have a nice big clear window and it'll be made out of titanium. So this already feels lighter than any other tool in use. This can be even 25% lighter. 1.25" hose versus 1.5". That's the standard. Swivel right where it counts. This gap will be filled. This grip will continue. Probably won't even need this rubber grommet. It'll go through the grip. And this trigger assembly will be adjustable so that you can loosen it and easily get a socket to replace your 9501 jet if you wanted more or less flow or a different angle. But as it is, that works beautifully. This will be a little wider. The opening there looks like it's not going to clean to the edge, so it'll be a little more funnelized out. And then you'll have your choice of 10, 15, or 20-foot Haida hose assembly. And the all-important recirculating system will be at the other end, not in your hand. Or when you guys just absolutely need a ton of heat while you're cleaning, if you had to skip a couple steps. What's the proper way to clean upholstery, Tom?
Pre-vacuum, pre-condition, agitate, and then clean.
Right, but if you got a big commercial account, now you're just hitting this thing with emulsifier with no nothing. That's when you need the heat. But when you can take the time to do it affordably, you don't need heat.
Well, I like the fact
accordingly.
I like the fact you got the holes into the vacuum chamber, because that's going to give you a better balance of airflow and lift instead of just lift and no airflow. So you're actually going to have faster drying times with it too. That's
really fast. And it's amazing how well this works at just 200 PSI, but I've cleaned at 400 or 500 PSI and it still works incredible. And the cool thing is, if you got to detail a staircase because your wand or hand tool won't get to the edge, you pop off the glide and it works phenomenal. This is a brand new glide, but it's still nice and smooth. You got a little bit of vac relief, so it doesn't lock down. But now you can go to town. You can also micro detail because you got no barrier there and get right up to the edge. You'll want to, with the glide, it helps you work around wood and delicate fibers. So, but you got the best of both worlds because it still works really well. And that edge there still keeps the water under control. And who knows, we may see glides that perform different functions like tile cleaning.
Well, that would be interesting.
Yeah, and you can save it.
So you went with the 1.25" hose for more flexibility and durability. It's a lot easier on your wrist. I've seen tools with the 1.25". They work, but they're a lot more ergonomic. And one of the biggest problems we have with furniture tools is the wrist problem when you're doing a lot of furniture.
Mm-hmm.
And that's got a real short stroke, which is going to be a lot more ergonomic. The two long ones, like some of them, like Sapphires, they're really long in the tool. And for some people, smaller people especially, you're a large guy, but for smaller people, that's really uncomfortable. It creates
It is.
a lot of wrist fatigue.
The early versions of this had more angle, and everybody complained it's just uncomfortable. Most of the tools have that angle, the external, even the internal ones. It's too long and it causes your wrist to bend unnaturally. This little short stubby guy, which this has been familiar with the Pro Chem and I forget the other one, but it's super comfortable to use. And it's so darn tidy, you can, I mean, it almost really functions like one of the Dry Master type tools.
Right, and with the holes in it too.
Yeah.
That airflow and vacuum, it's really going to make a difference on the dry times. It'll be almost as fast as the inverse. My thing is you're not going to use near as much water with this tool because on the areas you're cleaning, you can literally mist and vac those areas, and you're not using with the tools that have to touch. You know, you're flushing all that water into your waste tank.
And the goal is to keep it well under $600. Who knows? It might come in, closer to $500. We just have to finalize all the bits and pieces, and there will be that optional circulatory system. Am I saying that right?
Yes.
Recirculating. The hose length will cause a few cents of difference, but got to make tools affordable again for the new guys.
Well, making it out of titanium's a great
titanium,
idea. Lighter.
But it's, when you're not bending titanium, it keeps the price down, and there's no bends involved in it. It's just welding. When you have to bend it, that brings the cost up. And the window will be replaceable if it ever gets damaged. So I think we've hit on all marks. I know we've hit. We've done enough
I'm
testing.
ready for the first one. You got to give me the first one so I can try it. I'll beat it up. I got a bunch of upholstery at home.
It won't be long. We're here with Westpac at the show, and we're going to discuss the last final details and then send it off. Who knows? We may see it in maybe 2 months or so.
Really, that quick?
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be.
Well, we've been working on it for a long time. It doesn't feel quick to me because I like things done yesterday, but we wanted to do it right. We're not rushing any element of this.
Well, nothing happens fast in this industry.
Well, Mr. Aaron Brown, thanks for holding the camera. You're a wonderful human tripod. The show starts a little bit, but just wanted to cover that because I know a lot of you are anxious to see it in a much clearer picture. But there you go. Thank you.